Hello and welcome back. We're still in Paris, and this is the second part of our Art Basel Paris video. The first part is linked below in the description box. So in this video, we are going to show you 4 exceptional gallery shows that were opening on the occasion of the Art Basel Paris Fair. And just a quick message for those who are new to the channel. Please feel free to subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll get a reminder each time we post a new video. And of course, we're also happy to have your comments and opinions. So our first stop is David Zwirner Gallery, one of the big international galleries with locations in New York, Hong Kong, London, and here in Paris. The gallery is presenting new works by Carol Bove. The exhibition is called Vase Face, and the presentation features sandblasted stainless steel sculptures in a monumental setting. Having a closer look at these sculptures here in the main gallery, you see that they consist of crumpled steel tubing combined with large circular glass discs. The unusual arrangement in a completely monochrome setting is meant to give the viewer an experience of the true nature and meaning of form and the surrounding spatial context. And there's another thing that will strike you immediately when you enter the gallery. It's the installation at different elevations. And this is, on the one hand, surprising because it's so unusual. And on the other hand, it's a very elegant way of presenting the artwork. You can look at the sculptures really from all angles and perspectives, walk around them and discover all the subtle details they show. Here in the adjacent galleries, we see some smaller, more colorful works that are wall-mounted. It's really amazing to see how Carol Bove manages to master the material of steel. She renders the steel tubings as if it was just easy and effortless to bend and twist them. We are now on the way to our next gallery, enjoying this walk through Le Marais neighborhood, which is so beautiful, with its historic buildings and all the small shops and galleries you can find here. Here we are. This is Tadeusz Ropak Gallery, and it's presenting a show by American artist Robert Longo. The show is titled The New Beyond, and it's featuring a series of recent works, all of them very large scale charcoal drawings. As you can see, all of these works reference iconic European pioneers of post-war art. For example, Carol Bove, Jean Dubuffet, Asger Jorn, Yves Klein, Willem de Kooning, Piero Manzoni, John Mitchell, Pierre Soulages, and the list goes on. Robert Longo says that he wants to revisit these works of the post-war artists and that he sees the exhibition as a historical construction. And by the way, it's interesting to note that almost all of these drawings we're seeing here are larger than the original paintings, which in a way turns around the traditional hierarchies between the mediums of painting and drawing. And apart from that, it's simply amazing to see how Robert Longo manages to translate the exuberance and the materiality of a color painting into his charcoal drawings. It's rare to see anything like that. Robert Longo has actually worked in a variety of media: performance, photography, sculpture, painting. And he's best known for his large-scale, hyper-realistic charcoal drawings, or otherwise, as we see here, with his works that engage with art history. This is Skarstedt Gallery, and we're going to see a show here by Sue Williams, an American artist who was born in 1954 in Chicago and predominantly works with oil and acrylic on canvas. In general, you could say that her work is influenced by the aesthetic of abstract expressionism. It's interesting to look back a little bit on her career, because her work has changed a bit. Earlier works were more boldly narrative and satirical, and also cartoon-like. But now her work has changed a bit. The compositions of these recent works we're seeing here are brightly colored. They are semi-abstract, and the political message that she was offering in the past can only be seen in a second reading. What Sue Williams is maintaining in all her work is a lyrical and witty style. But what's new here is especially that these works also reflect a distinct change in her personal life. Sue Williams recently moved out of Brooklyn, New York City, and she lives now by the sea. And that's something you can see in these paintings. The works offer looseness and freedom, playfulness, and that makes them so intriguing. We are having another short walk through the neighborhood on the way to our next and last stop, Almenarech Gallery. There we are. The gallery is presenting a show by American artist Vaughn Spann. It's called Refractions. Spann was born in 1992 in Florida and currently lives and works in Newark, New Jersey. The paintings we're seeing here are titled Marked Man, and the artist states that for him the subject or the motive of a painting is actually like a basic vocabulary that can be reused at will. So in this case, the X can be interpreted in many ways. In the adjacent galleries here, we see some small works of Vaughn Spann, and you can see his admiration for color and texture when you look at these works. He always highlights that he wants to see color beyond considerations of symbolism or iconography, and that his intention is that color interacts immediately with the viewer and that color vibrates and moves between the artwork and the viewer. So we'll leave you now with these impressions from Paris, and we are looking forward to meet you for the next video.